Doing a terrible job at it, but still. Alright, gonna do cutscene to get the daily commissions, string at the same time to get those numbers in, I guess. Now I'm gonna try to work out what nothing's here. What a master plan. Can I actually... Oh my god, these cables, fuck off. Excuse you? Never mind, seems like my plan to work out is gonna have to work out later.
Looks like everyone's
Maybe there's a chance.
Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday?
Oh, how
There
goes
was an
it?
important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde?
Yes.
I was more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
Excuse me, this is
I
home.
admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm.
Maybe it's not
nor
supposed to be a
deny.
modern prison?
Anyone think
With
Clorinde's
modern
style
slavery?
is starting to look kinda scary?
Well, whatever
people are-
happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we
Driven
should
to
really
work
figure
through
out what to do with
capitalistic
this
means?
treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
That's how it works?
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks.
Aren't we killing monsters?
Why
I'm
aren't you
confused.
saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Ghost?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night. I found it.
It's certainly short. Not sure I call it a sword.
Surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the
Like calling a
circumstances
butter
in
knife
which
a
you
short
gave
sword.
it
What
to
the
me.
fuck?
Of course I had to keep it safe.
Bold claim.
Where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time.
Look around.
It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand.
We haven't
When
been
it's
sent to
sunny.
prison yet.
Alright, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Character development.
So, you reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right. You
What?
collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
They should have like some movement
The
there.
city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your
My
wealth
ass
with
crack.
the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
Thank
Go
you,
on.
kind soul.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight.
Please tell me the audio still
There's still
works.
quite a bit of work
Well,
remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's
Just you
probably
wait.
trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Yeah, how will we ever get a pride gems if we don't solve the sorcerers?
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Oh. I thought it was going to be me. Why would she?
Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen.
So not the rest of the app.
Invited for afternoon tea.
We should
Surely
hope.
You jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
Another lowness. Fine.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
He's dressed in
So
black
go
robes. I'm going to be
forward.
disappointed.
If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
That sounds a little intense.
All you have to do is roll a 20 on the persuasion check.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension.
Wouldn't it be, but
Yet their presence somehow makes
I'm not a
the emptiness
materialist.
of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne
Is it
before
black?
you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. Ahem! They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to
that
the
pic
king.
looks kind of familiar.
After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he
Oh,
does
is this
not
Grima
move from
Wormtongue?
his place at the king's side.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though, we should keep a close eye on him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The king
Did I
remains
guess
still
correctly?
and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted.
Oh, this
from
isn't going to
work.
be particularly
So
exciting then.
please allow me, his prime
I don't know which story they're
minister,
copying.
to welcome you in his stead. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital.
That's
Such
what
a
I'm going
great
to do.
deed deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened.
Why would they take my word for it?
The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat
Man,
them.
I wish that
even for
actually
trained
happened in the game.
swordsmen like us. Well, that was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters,
Or we're just
that
another
must
survivor?
mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Oops.
Well, we did take the treasure, but
How did he know about the treasure?
Ah, then I must
Wizardry.
ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
Wait, but
We're playing
didn't
this music.
Just say
What are
that
you
our
doing?
great deed deserved a reward?
Piano away.
Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction.
I'm in charge, you're not.
Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
Reason.
But that's completely unreasonable.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, that makes no sense. If it weren't for us, the treasure would still
Grand
be buried
Theft
in the
Theft.
ground somewhere.
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You try to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes?
Okay, to prison we go.
No answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid
anybody home?
and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely unmoved by the events before him.
That's big royalty.
Could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could
I don't know,
both
he's
the
not
king
British.
and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the
Lip sync,
palace
please.
appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the
Why are you
hilt of
showing
their
spears
sword,
when you're saying
as if
swords?
prepared to draw their weapons and
Hands on
surrounded
their
at a
whores.
moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole
Who's
place
ready for a
upside down,
fight?
I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
Let's involve the Prime Minister.
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
That's gay.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
Stop it, I'll get
You
cooties.
allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world. Stay here and
A
don't
world of
try anything
imagination.
funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands,
Start
of
rolling.
course. I draw my weapon.
You reach toward your waist, but find
There's
nothing
nothing there, of course.
You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the
Duh.
guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
Indeed.
Game over.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
What?
Terrible ending!
I love it.
Generally speaking,
So
this
artsy.
should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the player
Very
some kind of
gauche.
hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison. Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate.
That is a possibility.
If
Really
only
an
there
experience
were
worth
desserts
having.
and tea in real prison. Oh wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
Oh,
True.
before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier. I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Wait, Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
Ever hear of
I doubt it.
heirlooms?
The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom.
Oh, that's a
passed
Nahita.
down over
Lameo.
time.
Hang
Thousands of
on.
years.
A
700?
precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her. I gave you the sword back then because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel between Mr. Callis and myself.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well. After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other.
We just
She
gave each other
entrusted
weapons.
the sword to me.
Hope it didn't get
and never
interpreted as a
came
threat.
back. We were both sad and conflicted. And totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at the sword, I couldn't help but wonder. If Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic, maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided. Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Yep.
I like how
You're
only
right.
5 stars are allowed at this table.
Sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
I don't know. It seems like death could have been avoided. Blop.
Huh?
I think I heard parchment. Describing a letter hitting the ground as plop is a little accurate. Heavy letters.
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing.
Heavy with
The
inconvenient
situation was
truths.
really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
Oh, handle social situations better, you.
Face. Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Speaks to her professionalism as a senior GM. Maintaining a poker face takes true skill.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling.
Somebody handed you the rest of the script?
You lack a reliable
Who the-
way
what?
to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair.
Classic.
Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Wait a second. My immersion. It's like I'm really there. What the fuck? Is he a real NPC?
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marechaussee hunter.
Huh?
Shh! I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
You can't.
The king has
Let's
issued
go.
a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed?
Watch me fumble
We
this
barely
immediately.
did anything.
Monsters appearing
make
at
a
the
food
same
of stealth.
location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
I'll make
It
some
will be
bombs,
time
you
for
put them on your
speculation
feet,
once
and
we're
you
out of
walk
here.
softer.
As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet. Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and
I can
finding
make
a chance to
Doritos.
secretly
Those work
run
just
and
as
take
well
him
for
alive
stuff.
with me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
What? Doesn't look like we have any other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes.
That's what they all
His
say.
faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him,
Cool.
you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marachose hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that
Ah.
case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
It's just across the river. What?
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as
Fine.
quickly as possible. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marachose hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you
For the
successfully
motherland.
escaped the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you
But I'm a
continue
little
your
tired.
quest.
Don't speak on my behalf. My despair and anxiety aren't going anywhere. Yeah, that's accurate.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Convenient excuse. Are there any suspicious activities going on around here? Anything that could result in primogems? We're gonna kick some ass.
Hey,
Shine down.
They struck first, okay? This is self-defense.
Quietly now.
The heavy machinery turned towards me and started attacking. Why are they burying books? What? The secret vault. Oh. Another one. And none of this has added up yet. You sons of bitches. Woo!
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an
Ah.
investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
Don't cause a cave in.
wow, you really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of
You could have
open
tried
water,
moving it.
its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well,
Ooh.
guess this means it's time for a swim.
Alright. Dip your toes. Has this always been here? I'm gonna guess no. God damn it, this music reminds me of something. Dun 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 dun. think I heard it in an anime.
Oh, what's the matter?
It's nothing.
Except.
As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Le
This must be
puzzle?
where the treasure is hidden.
I recognize
But
that
this
symbol.
door is blocking our way in. Huh. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong
What?
with it?
After a
Your
long,
fucking master's involved
difficult
isn't.
journey,
Oh, god damn
you
it.
finally
It
arrive
can't just
at
be a
the
simple
location
goof.
indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can
Sometimes
hear the
I feel
sound
like
of
a
its
secret that
calm,
slumbers, considering I
gentle
never leave my
breathing.
goddamn home.
That description makes Paimon feel kind of bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
You're a little loud for a rogue.
Lenny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yes, that should be fine.
Meaning? What?
Something feels off about all this.
Something
We'll
feels
just
off
have to
about you.
improvise.
Improvise what? Wait for your companions to progress. I've accrued water. Receive more water. There we go. Split up a shirt for clues. Torches unlit. You what? Who spoke? Oh, you. Yeah, of
Found
course.
Something here too.
Yeah, ooh. I killed a lizard. Does that count? What? How come everybody's digging shit up and I'm not allowed to? How come I can't get my hands dirty? Move. Am I doing it yet? Uh-huh. There you go. Perfect circle. And calling this a puzzle is a bit generous, isn't it? Whew.
It worked!
Wow,
Something
good
just
job,
appeared.
everyone.
Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By
That's a
solving
weird
the
looking mechanism.
puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting
If
the
I didn't know any
secrets of
better,
the
I say
past.
it was a
At the
bag.
end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
Death.
With?
A short
key.
sword. Ah! Sure it's not.
Oh,
Pair
it
of scissors.
must be the key to the big door.
It better.
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. that must mean.
Hmm?
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few
I must have thought of
strange
something
noises.
else. Where's it going?
Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
What's going on?
Way ahead of you.
Did we fall into another trap?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
Is she gonna run around stealing shit? I'm not. No.
Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Oh, there's a merlin.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here. Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
Master?
I've been discovered then.
Wait, that voice, it's...
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax.
Except he's got a real
If
sword.
we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marachose hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Retreat! That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
Your choice is noted.
Bring out a torch?
Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You got it.
Well then, let us begin.
Really? We gotta maintain immersion by fighting them myself?
Time to testify.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
You land.
Your strike is successful.
Critical hit.
Is he still standing? Goodness,
Is it over?
Whoops.
Can we open our eyes now?
I must have rushed through that.
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
What about now?
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Oh, well, did
Then
we
Clorinde
hit?
dies. You can open your eyes. Man, we are committed.
Clorinde?
Nobody noticed the gunshots?
Flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character.
Wait, who?
Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us?
Guard, if that even is your real name.
Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
Yeah, obviously.
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies. I, Florian, am a true Marachose hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
So he's also
True
using
Blood.
his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marachose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marachose hunter.
It's just Melusines.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marachose hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain, in a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing.
Dude, that's gonna be me. That's me for real, for real.
The Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Deserve.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
And it's getting a little too topical.
So that's why you want to take the
Imagine
treasure
playing
for
Dungeons
yourself?
and Dragons,
You
so
feel
suddenly
like
they're
you're
bringing up
borrowed fame and
Trump
wealth?
24. Like,
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
your blood.
Only a true Marashose hunter is capable of passing through this final door.
You fat cock. Just shove it in, do a pop a wheelie, and but you're
As
in.
someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Are you narrating it? Sorry, I'm trying to imagine like a real life scenario like this where like a terrorist has gotten caught and then somebody starts narrating what they do. And the terrorist was cringe. He thought he could get away with a crime. He was cringe. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
Man.
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
Are you sure?
And we've already defeated
Emotionally
Florian,
prepared.
right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
I don't know. Maybe his HP is recovered.
Pesky brats.
He's not dead.
Watch yourself.
Man, her ventriloquism
Then
is
let's
amazing.
open the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
That's one way to say it. Takes out the key from earlier and walks up to the heavy gore. Without even noticing, she takes out her own key and joins it with the others to form the final required shape. 4 keys, was it?
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years.
I'd like to hear an explanation as to where the hell you insert. No, where do you put it in? What do you mean? It's a wall. There's like indentations.
hear the
You can't
shrill rattle
reach
of the
them.
door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Get out of the way!
Ooh, me too.
Read a little. Oh, I did get my moment.
Uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring.
Yeah, kind of.
Do we have here?
It's amazing how boring this game has been able to make it. I can't, like... I've played so many games where I actually get excited when I get to a secret location. It's like, ooh, this should be something good. And it actually is. It's something unique, at least. And there's just like,
Stone
I
tablet?
don't know, some experience,
some
primal
shabby
gems, and a
weapons?
sword you'll never use. The fuck? No, what is that over there? A uniform?
You call this a
And a
treasure
vision?
vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Whoa, Paimon, chill.
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
It's a fucking D&D script. Do you expect real treasure?
Experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part? They could have at least filled this place with cardboard mora or something.
I respect that.
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marashose hunter treasure.
The friends we made along the way?
This is it? The Marashose hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords? I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Okay, maybe, but I still kind of want that crest fly, so... What? I think his inner demons became outer for a second. Like when you try too hard to shit and your belly button becomes an out.
Oh, are you okay?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown.
Why are you narrating his
He needs
mental
to leave
breakdown?
the room for a moment to collect himself.
Oh, could you imagine something more
One of you
patronizing?
seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.
One of you seem to understand the significance of the treasure ahead. No, okay. I am become Clorinde, destroyer of worlds. Oh shit, I wanted to pick that up. Talk to Florian at a distance? What do you mean? Yes, no. Ah! Words and deeds inscribed. Woo! I like that they let me do it in the air. What is this, though? Oh. I could not tell from the side what that was. I thought it was clothes.
Walter.
Bishop. Fringe?
The old and broken weapons.
The names on the tablet.
Can't talk to myself, huh?
What is the treasure supposed to be?
No! It's a shame you won't be using these animations. I feel like they're wasting their budget whenever they do shit like that. Seems to be doing a pretty good job at healing herself. What the fuck? This provides crit damage? Where the fuck is she getting all the crit chance from? Oh, they keep doing that stupid shit. Oh! It's gotta be somewhere in here, right? Nope. It's just an interesting distribution of stats. Boy, howdy. This does like double damage. Times 300, that is. She does do good damage.
So, how are you doing? Feeling...
Oops.
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
Is this by the Ghost of Christmas Past?
I brought
Present
you
and
here
future?
because I wanted to. The explosives in the cave.
Excuse
You
you?
mean these?
Huh? How did you?
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
How is that what you were doing while the others were solving it?
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marashose hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Tell me why you wanted to lure me here.
For example.
Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
Suck it.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell.
I mean, your eyes changed eye color. That's a pretty common trope for possession, I guess.
My father and the other Marshose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments. I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remember the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
Oh, that one.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives?
Your dad too? Dude, we got so much in common. Let's get married.
And bury you along with it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, what is the actual implication here?
It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
Wait, the hunters were treated unjustly, so let's eliminate them?
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a devorator.
Devorator?
No, devourator.
Oh, your master, your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marashose hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty.
So badly we forgot.
I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
I think we can put one on one together.
A formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption.
Yeah, you think?
In light of this, some Marashose hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
Ooh, secret swordsman.
Belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley.
Huh?
I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor.
But when I saw you play Dungeons and Dragons, I knew you had a weakness.
The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
So all is forgiven.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story. You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, He was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield
Death and
your
duty.
sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
Have you made any such vows?
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
Sure, believe in Santa.
Sure.
Ooh, can I?
Loaded.
Whee! Kind of the most efficient way to navigate, but
They're back!
wow, nothing gets past you, huh?
That took a while.
Yeah, I'd say.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters,
I thought it was
please
a Nazi
forgive
salute
me,
for a
I have
second.
sinned.
Tone it down.
Can I get that dialogue box?
Sorry.
Yes, this one.
Crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Marashose hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
That little... Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
Can we even fight this thing?
That's
Why
right.
wouldn't it just...
He's adept
Do we
at
know where it is?
manipulating the
I'm
hearts
so
and
lost.
minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
Damn right.
And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
3 times maybe, but not twice.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. It reminded me of my father's past teachings. The treasure was actually...
The names of all the Marashose hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean Marashose hunter Navia's exploration skills.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marashose hunter called Est.
Sure, that's how I pronounce it.
She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
Wow,
So-
relatable.
She was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter. Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Executioner, that's who you...
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Does he did she say accomplishments?
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark.
I too
To be
must
a
become
Marshose
shadow.
hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right. Few Marshose hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows.
I'm completely distracted because the I Want to Be Ninja song started playing in my head and my entire train of thought was drilled. I love how my mind works.
The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night, when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder that you are never truly alone. The tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to find.
A reminder of each other. I'd like to do an insight check on him. That's too good. Yes. It's like this feels like the obvious answer.
His
She's making a
eyes are
check on my
sincere,
behalf.
and his words ring true.
I should have
Tell
failed.
that
It would be
every
great
word
funner.
he spoke just now came from the bottom of his heart.
Thank you for
I
narrating
implore
him.
you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
The peace and prosperity of all the people in this basement. The people in this basement needs some saving, all right.
Well, I say we let you join.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
That's what I want to know too.
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts. Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Huh?
He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons and the stone tablet.
What if the
I'd
secret's
piss my
hidden
pants.
inside these weapons?
Excuse you?
GM, permission to investigate.
Denied! Ah, it'd be funnier if she failed.
At first glance, The weapons appear absolutely ordinary, but as you observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within. These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
No, are you kidding me? It goes on forever. Usually when you play Dungeons and Dragons, some of the skills were weird because the skill checks weren't like linear. So depending on how well you did, you got like varying amounts of information. I never figured out how a dungeon master was supposed to find out how much information to give at any point. It seems like you just have to like make a vague guess on the fly. It's like, it's just about right. Who would have thought Dungeons and Dragons wasn't an exact science?
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll
How do you
find
know?
comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, yes. I wish my weaponry to be held by a thespian.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
And later I should procure the services of a woman of negotiable affections.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
Paimon. I swear to God, if you give me a
As you
sandwich.
grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination, a silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
You should have been here earlier. It seriously cracked me up how Clorinde just pulled off like one of the sickest power moves I've ever seen. Where she beat up the villain, and then the villain had like a legit mental breakdown, and then she just started narrating it. Like, the villain was cringe. Imagine doing that shit in real life. Shit's funny. And then Paimon kills Traveler and proves that Paimon theory right. That Paimon theory. Ah, yes. I mean, I said it before. It's very
Mr.
possible
Clorinde,
that she's
do you
just
know
the
where to
villain.
find the evil sorcerer?
She's definitely gonna die at the end, though.
I was able to see
Either as the
surroundings where
villain
our minds were
or for pity
connected.
points.
I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
And this shit's pretty funny too. The kingdom last time referred to the basement, and it's like, we need to save all the people in this basement. What do you mean? She's so smart. Truly a mastermind. Like, acting stupid is all part of the plan. That's how you lower your guard. It's like, oh, all she does is, like, eat and hover fart all the time. There's no way she's a threat. And then suddenly, in the middle of the night, a fucking knife between the ribs. And she just goes, let it happen. I'm the protagonist now. I was able to see his surroundings when the minds were connected. He currently has the church in my basement. I want to mix some of those words up.
We must be extremely careful.
There's a whole church in my
He's
basement.
spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one. He will not be easily defeated.
Hey, Traveler. You ready to eat some shit? I've really cooked up a doozy this time. Ooh, yeah, step into a Slim Jim. She's just turning into Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, you tell him, boss. Living among monsters, taking the form of one, not easily defeated. Of course he will be.
And try to find some higher level gear. We don't want to just fight him and lose, right?
I don't know. I'm used to playing those kinds of games. I wouldn't mind it.
Oh, no, we have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
I like how Paimon's just like, how about we grind?
I agree with
You
Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we
son
have
of
the
a bitch.
advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
He's getting weighty into
Now
this.
that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Do you think we can get this text box as a reward and apply to the UI so it's there permanently?
Yes, that's what's called...
Taking the initiative, catching your enemy off guard. Yes, both.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Didn't even have to roll any
Mr.
dice.
Florian, please lead the way.
That's another reason why fucking dice checks can be a nonsense way of dealing with the shit. What if one person says, oh, I persuade him, and he gets a critical? I was like, it works. But the other guy's like, no, that's bullshit. There's no way I'd believe that. And they're just like, okay, fine, I'll roll the dice back. I persuade him that he's a fucking idiot and he needs to kill himself. And he does it. It's like...
Of course. Follow me.
Don't be too bombastic about it.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Finally,
It's
you decide
fine.
to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all.
Why is she laughing at this? Time to murder.
As you walk away, you feel the gaze
I
of the
just
stone
wanna
tablet
kill a
on your
man.
back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
And never-ending bloodshed.
Obviously, very important. Oh, finally! 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 There's just one problem. This next part is probably the actual last part. So it feels like I'm hucking myself out of the story by stopping here, but if there's one thing I'm good at, it's absolutely cooking myself. It's a talent.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing today's commission.
Because Quest's so good. So good. I mean, the story, the writing, the characters. I mean, dude. If they add like 3 more Paimons, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Well, yeah, why else do you think I'm replying to you? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I really need to investigate these other areas. They kind of opened up more. It's like was like right on the edge of some of this shit. I don't think this was opened up either. It was like... Anyway, I need to investigate. But for now, I'm gonna do the real exciting shit. And from artifacts. No, I'm saving it. For when Isaac wants to chat, then I can just have him on in the background. While I run around. I try to make sure that I do like all the world quests so I can just trudge around. Yeah. Dude, I'm boring by myself, so I need NPCs to talk so I can talk shit about them, or I need Isaac here so I can talk shit to his face. You have friends, right? You know how this shit works. Your friends, right? You have friends, right? You should play a quest while he's talking so you have reason to... No. Like, I fucking... Don't you remember last time? It took so long to get through the dialogue, and I couldn't even read it. Well, I couldn't read it out loud.
Make yourselves a room.
Like, I got the gist of it.
Illusion shattered.
Restore the harmony by returning music to the world or some dumb shit, I don't know. And also there's an Imperator. I would if you had accepted my request. What? Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh, that must feel so bad for you. Oh, how does that feel? Like the concentration. Sorry. I'm like, I think I'm gonna save it for next weekend. I'm gonna actually get the link for the server and be active on the other profile. I'm just mentally preparing myself.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
Because the way I've set up the server, I set up some... what are they fucking called again? Jesus Christ, I use it so little, I don't even know what I'm saying. There's a text channel, that's all it is. But it's for
The Temple of Wisdom.
like things I maybe should stream that I might be interested in. Probably not particularly relevant until I'm more popular. Like I said, until, as if that's ever gonna happen. Point remains. Maybe we should stream other things, you know. Like Danganronpa. And then you can add all those friends you want to terrorize in there, turn it into a community or something. Someplace to hang out when my real friends are gone. Etc. Either way, I was hoping this was going to be 20 minutes. It's always been 1 hour and 20 minutes. I need to get shit done.